Hello everyone, and welcome to my AP seminar video. Today I'm going to be giving you guys tips on how to survive an AP seminar. So we're going to start off with big idea number 1. So this says to question and explore. My tip for this is to learn how to find credible research. Guys, this is so important. In order to have a valid and solid argument, you're gonna need to know how to find credible research because that is what you're basing your argument off of. If you have those sources, you could build like this super argument and like base it all off those sources and everything that you're using. Don't use Wikipedia as a source, ever. I feel like you guys should know this by now, but just to reinforce that fact, I feel like every teacher in the history of teachers has said that, and I've learned that a lot. But don't use it. Gale research is your friend. I learned this going into my junior year, that Gale has so much, and there's like so many scholarly articles and sources that are all pretty much credible that you could use to support your argument. If you can find those articles in Gale, then you're basically set. Gale and Google Scholar and EBSCO are all super good to use when you're finding research. Also, know what makes a valid argument and that the source is credible. So you're gonna wanna be looking at the author, where the source is coming from, like everything in the article, you need to make sure that it's valid so that you can use it towards your research and in your argument if you want. Big idea number 2. This says to understand and analyze. My tip for this is to be able to recognize the main idea correctly. If you know the author's main idea, you could follow his or her train of thought throughout the argument, follow the line of reasoning, find the claims, identify them, and that could help you with everything, not just part A where it asks you for the main idea. Like, it's gonna help you with that, but like you also need that for the rest of your research. Also, guys, the main idea is not going to be in the first paragraph of the article every single time. Sometimes it's gonna be in the middle, sometimes it's gonna be at the end, sometimes it's gonna be implied. You're just not gonna know, but you need to, going into that, you need to be prepared to be finding the main idea. And that'll help you with identifying the other claims and what the author is trying to get across. Big idea number 3. This says to evaluate multiple perspectives. My tip for this is to include sources for your counterclaims and limitations within your solution. Even if a source or a perspective is counteracting your perspective, it can sometimes help you. Like by disproving other claims, you can prove that your claim is correct. These can overall help support your main idea, and it's gonna be important to include if you can develop research based on other outside perspectives that might counteract your perspective and then disprove those with other evidence, you can help build a stronger argument. Big idea number 4. This one says to synthesize ideas. My tip for this is to build an argument that flows seamlessly. So basically what College Board is looking for when they're looking at your essay, they're gonna be looking for like your claims to all connect. So you're gonna have different body paragraphs, but overall your claims should follow each other and you should have like a line of reasoning throughout it. So you're gonna have like your main idea and overall your claims should connect and flow. Even though they are different ideas, they should all be overall supporting your main idea. Your claims and statistics should be interconnected within your argument. So basically what I learned was to like include statistics, but you're gonna have to make sure that it flows in with your argument. You need to introduce it kind of and make sure that it follows your line of reasoning. You should include different sources within each claim. So each body paragraph should not be just based off of one source. I learned this when I was doing part B, that the stimulus that they give you, you need to include like one body paragraph cannot just be based off of one article within the stimulus. Like, you have to include other stuff within each body paragraph to overall make a valid argument. On to big idea number 5. So this says team, transform, and transmit. My tip for this one is to make sure that your team can work well together. Finding your team is so important. Like, you need to make sure that you can work well with your team, because you're going to be synthesizing ideas, you're going to be connecting with each other, you're going to be collaborating, using research together, and building like an argument together. You're going to have different lenses that you're working on, but overall you all need to connect and like make sure that everything works together and that you guys work together as a team. Make sure that every member of your team is on board with the topic picked. If not every member of your team is on board with the topic, they're not going to be all in, and you all need to like make sure that you're working towards a common goal, because if you're not, then you're not going to have the best product that you could possibly have for part 1. Your team doesn't have to be your best friends. So basically, even though you might be best friends with one person, you might not work well together in an academic setting, and especially in AP seminar, because you're going to be doing a presentation, and maybe if your best friend isn't so good at presenting, you might not get full points for that, because each member of your team is going to be affecting your overall score. If you have a small team, that doesn't mean that you're not as good as a group with more people. I personally was in a group with 3 people, and we worked so well together. That's all for my survival guide, and good luck.